4. All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, page 8. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an ad page. 7, 8. So we'll look at this page here. And I should say that this is American Flagg number 15, First Comics. This is from December of 1984, so a timely one to look at. Written and drawn by Howard Chaykin, lettered by Ken Bruzenak, colors by Leslie Zahler, and edited by Mike Gold. So the point of this exercise, what I like to do from time to time is grab a random comic, flip to a random page, and look at what the artist is doing and see what's working, what's not working, and what I can learn from my own comic making, my own art making, and my own personal enrichment. First of all, the thing that I like about the drawing in here is a lot of stippling. Notice that at the very beginning. There's some good stippling going on. The coloring in the First Comics is different somehow than the coloring in the Marvel and DC comics. It must have been a different process or something. And I always really liked it. I like it more than the Marvel and DC coloring from the same era. Although I do like the old Marvel and DC coloring too. We looked at Nexus by Steve Rude, and I think it had the same coloring because it was also from First Comics. Is it stippling? It looks like hatching. Hatching, H-A-T-C-H, hatching. Yeah, no, I don't know if you can see it very well. Hold on, let me call in a little camera. Yeah, you can see there a little bit closer. Like up through here. Really nice stippling. Some in the figure. So I'm a long time sucker for stippling. I'm sold right off the bat. I'm also noticing on this page that there's a frame around every panel, a border, except for this panel here. So I wonder if there's some significance to that or if it's just an aesthetic decision. It also says something interesting that it comes across as clean hatching from further. Yeah, I think that the goal of stippling and hatching is the same, which is to create a gray out of black and white, basically. Because with pen and ink like this, when it's not a wash, when it's just pure pen, pure ink, the only way to achieve gray is by putting marks kind of close together and building them up. So the effect would be the same as if it was hatching. And it's kind of, I mean, it's stippled in there's a directionality to it. It's kind of stippling following the form. So hatching would be the same. Kind of like that stipple contrasted here with the thick black lines making the windows of the building. So we start with the caption. And interesting here, the C for Chicago breaks the panel border at the top. I don't know if I've seen that a lot. I'm not sure if I've seen that at all. Just the letter C, like you see it break the caption box, but not the whole panel. And I like it as an entry into here. I'm also thinking that this must be a brand new scene. We have an establishing shot here, and this looks like it's a different color palette, different locale, different characters. And so we have a brand new scene on this page. And I kind of like that, like the transition from here, and then we have this entry point into this page. I also like that even though the colors are cool here and warm here. Ah, look at that. The background here is warm and our characters are cool. And on here, the background is cool. We have a little bit of the same warm here to connect us to that page. And we have the figures, like this is a warmer relative and the flesh tones. So that's a good way of differentiating between the two scenes. So does the S on the other page? Hey, yeah, it does. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if there's any panels that aren't the first panel that do that. I don't see any captions on these other pages. So we come through, come down the word balloon here, get this sound effect, and then right back up into this balloon up here. We read this one, and then I think we're supposed to read this one next. Got the black track light kind of pushing us here instead of pushing us here. This is a little bit thick for my liking. This connector. I don't know. Yeah, they have the tapered tail here. I kind of like when there's a taper from the two balloons, but that's a personal taste. It's a little bit static and a little bit chunky, but I go here to here, and then back down to here. Maybe here to here, back to here. There's this, I don't know, it's this, I guess it must be a screen with this figure, and the eyes are looking that way, so that brings us back down here too. It's an interesting machine. Meep, meep, meep. Strong verticals on the right side, and the light pointed that way. Keep us moving back down in this direction to this panel. So this is the big panel with the no border. And maybe in the story there's some significance to what's going on here. Or like I said, maybe it's just to break things up. This page has all panel borders. This one doesn't. So maybe it's a common aesthetic choice by Chaykin to throw in every once in a while those borderless panels here to switch it up. I suppose that this dashed word balloon here must be because he's talking through, through a computer or, through a screen. And so that denotes that there's an intermediary between these characters and this character. And you can also see from the tail here, it's got that kind of lightning look. So there's like an electronic intermediary between these figures. And this is an interesting object. This must be this. It's a robot serving drinks. I like the shape of it. This shape, I don't know if this thing appears anywhere else, but the design is really, really nice for keeping us on the page. Like the corners are always really important when you're composing, and it's especially where there's no border. This kind of acts like a de facto panel border, so we don't just drop off the page here. We come through with this diagonal of the chaise longue, and it brings us down into this, and we read these, and the balloon tail and the gaze of the figure here brings us down to this action. And I guess we go back up and read the text. So I wonder if we come down, look at him, then this thick black line maybe brings us up. Or maybe we're supposed to hit this and come up here into the text. To me, when I look at it, I see the face first and what he's doing. And then I go back up here and I read that. I read these two, go to here and go to here. It's kind of nice, this black horizontal working off of this black vertical. And this kind of keeps this almost as its own panel. Also interesting here, I just noticed that the panel border stops at this top word balloon. And that kind of also tangents with this. So that kind of invites us to enter here. Come down through. These two triangles are pointing up, and also the action of the hand. And the little pinky also pointing us up. Back up into this panel. The compositional pinky. The thick black line is a wall-mounted TV from a comic in 1984. At least it seems to be. Oh, so you think this. Oh yeah, hey, that's interesting. I guess that is what it is, right? That must be the frame of the TV here. And I don't know, it's not, it's a flat screen. I don't think it's wall-mounted actually, because I think it's mounted in the middle of the floor. Even more futuristic. I think that the floor goes back this far and this comes down here. So there's this space. So yeah, it's like if a wall-mounted screen was floated in the middle of the floor. I think even the drink here is made of stipples. I think that's a nice touch. Throw that under this. He's drinking a glass of stipples. Oh, if only I could drink stipples. Yeah, that's a good eye, Hugo. That's definitely what that is. That would be the frame of this. How it ties those three panels together is nice. So we've got the compositional pinky bringing us back up, and at the top of this Balloon again. Also no panel border. And oh no, looks like this guy, no longer the mayor of Chicago. I think being the mayor of Chicago is probably really dangerous. Don't they all end up in prison? They're probably lucky for him. But he's doing a spit take. He's spitting out his stipples. And we come through the surprised expression and down out to the end of the page where we're invited to turn to the next page. The stipple spittle? That's right. Cold, tall glass of stipple would hit the spot right now. I think so. Yeah. It's a stipple stubble too. Man, stipples, what can't they do? Really, it's the Wondermark. The Wundermark. His glasses here. This looks like one of those Google Glass glasses. But this thick black line on the top of the glasses kind of is a nice rhythm. Here to here to here. I wonder if that was intentional or if the design just happened to lend itself to that. Unsurprisingly, a solidly composed page. Howard Chaykin is a really, really excellent artist. I like the use of color in the onomatopoeia. The meep meep meep, the bzz, bzz, the snick. It is nice. It pops. A good contrast. I think the repeated use of these colors. Like this feels like well thought out color palette. Like a lot of sort of superhero comics from this era, they use like the whole crayon box, and it's nice, a bit more well conceived maybe. The former mayor's reaction. I see. Huh? That green. And this green appears here and here, but it's lighter. That's also kind of nice. A lot of ways to move the eye through the page. Just solid storytelling. Like not a lot of action, not a bombastic page, but interesting to look at and does exactly what it needs to do. Makes it feel like the place oozes of luxury. Yeah, it does. We got this robot, the futuristic flat screen, and in this kind of cool looking building. I like this lettering. The C and the S here. That's a nice touch. Gotta remember that. I think that's really effective. I don't know why or what, but to me it feels quite good. Yeah, the lettering is nice. Yeah. Except for this, except for this. Everything else about the lettering is great. So nice work to Ken Bruzenak. You like it, and they only seem to have done it on these pages. Yeah. I didn't look all the way through, but it does seem like this just there. I guess those must be the only pages maybe where there's an establishing shot as the first panel. Oh, here we go. It did it again here with the M. It's a good touch. Yeah, here again with the M. You see anything by Howard Chaykin, get it. It's definitely worth it. So I feel like I've learned something, and it was what? It was 15 minutes looking through this, and I feel inspired and artistically enriched.